Hi, hello. Welcome to another episode of Speaks and Scribbles. And today I'm doing day 7, which is sharing a drink. It wasn't exactly from a monthly prompt chart, but more like this sort of grid thing that a lot of people do on like Tumblr and DeviantArt, where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, and then people can reply, can I have this person with A4? Yeah, and one of them on there was sharing a drink, and it was a thing for couples. And I know in the last one I said if I ever find one for couples, I would do the couple that I mentioned in the last video, But I really wanted to do this one story that I have, and I've been working on for a bit with 2 of my main OCs and stuff like that. But I do have more charts that are also for couples and stuff, so I might do it then. I'm not sure if I'll be filming them or not, but hopefully maybe I'll be able to show you guys at a point in time. So I wanted to do one for this little story that I've had called Karma. Bedlam, the star of the show, the one and only, in the bright purple fur and flesh and feathers and scales. And it's about them, and they end up passing out for 1,000 years, and then they wake up and they realize almost everyone they know and love is dead, and they're having regrets of like what they did in the past and stuff like that, and they've gone all depressed and they're all grayscale and stuff now. And the only person of 2 that is still around that knows who they are is this one person they met one-off when they were like essentially doing devil's deals and stuff like that. They were doing deals with random mortals and stuff like that, and this random mortal asked for eternal youth, and that his name is Thomas Ann Foolery, or you could call him Tom for short. And he is the ringmaster of the world's longest running circus, Tomfoolery's Everlasting Circus. Yeah, anyway, so the only of 2 people that Bedlam knows is still around is Tom, and the other person is Bedlam's daughter, Nyx, but she died and has been reincarnated into basically the time god, and she hates Bedlam. She has this absolute humongous grudge, as she always has, and now that she's stuck looking at her own life and the life of others for all eternity, she has just let that resentment build and build and build as she watches what her parent did from every conceivable angle possible. And so she hates them, and stuff like that. So Bedlam goes to Thomas. Tom still remembers Bedlam because they sort of like have this weird effect where if you see them once, the image of them is like seared into your brain via magic, so you never forget them. And it's had this kind of strange-ish effect on Tom where he remembers exactly what Bedlam looks like and actively thinks about them constantly and has slowly fallen in love with this one demon creature, beast, genie, whatever, and has slowly fallen in love with them for this person they've only met once. And it was over 100,000 years ago. No, 1,100 years ago. And then it's also revealed that, like, while Bedlam is dealing with, like, the backlash of what they've done, like, all of their guilt, but also because the world has also drastically changed due to their magic, like, almost blending in with nature and stuff. Like, there's people out there walking around with, like, skin made of stars, or, like, their hair is naturally bright neon colors, or, like, trees are all polka dot, or sometimes it rains water, but sometimes it rains chocolate. And stuff like that. And like they don't want to cause chaos anymore, and they're just like constantly surrounded with reminders of what they used to do and stuff like that. And it's all dragging them down. And then Thomas is there to comfort them, and then they start falling in love with him too. And this I love them both. I love them both so much. And yeah. So like I mentioned earlier that Bedlam had gone all grayscale, and it's like the more time they spend like healing and recovering and, you know, like getting over all of the sadness, but also falling in love with Thomas and like bonding with all the other workers, is that like they slowly start getting their color back, but they're all different and stuff like that, and like they're getting back their color. Get it? Symbolism. And every character has their own like designated color and stuff too. And that's why I'm drawing them like this. We did it. We went back to the topic of the drawing. Yay. But yeah, I'm drawing Thomas with like this like orangey color and warm pinks and yellows and stuff, because that's his designated color. His designated color is orange, and Bedlam's designated color is gray, but also sometimes like purples and blues. And every character has their own like designated color and stuff like that, and I've already mentioned it. But also, the reason why I'm doing this is that I've just finished the third and currently final book of Caring for Your Clown. There's 6 in the series, but only 3 have been released thus far. And I finished 3, and hoo boy, it rewind time. That'll make sense to all those 2 people in the audience who've read it. Hehehe. And it's really cool and really exciting. And I was inspired by, like, also, cause Oleander's slowly been turning, book 1 into, like, a comic that I think they've been posting on their Tumblr, actually. Yeah. There's a few, pages where they enter Clown Vision TM, where everything's, like, grayscale except for, emotions, which is what clowns eat, so that makes sense. Well, it's not, like, grayscale. Well, it sort of is. It's like everything's like all sketchy except for the emotions and stuff. It's all like white and black hard lines. It is really cool. Anyway, so it's all like that, and that looked really cool, and I wanted to do that with Tom and Bedlam and stuff like that. Yeah. And then with the drink in the middle, which I don't know if I'm up to yet or not, in the speed paint. But the little drink that they're actually sharing, that Tom and Bedlam are sharing, it's actually made of like a mix of all the colors that I used for both of them, cause it's them both bonding and they're completed. Look at it go! And yeah, and I think that's really cool and really neat, and I'm really proud of this drawing. Can you tell? And yeah. And I also guess that before this video ends, I ought to probably, talk about the other drawings you guys missed. I'll probably flash those up on screen. So for day 1, I did Neglected OC, which I have a little video on. Also, like, the front page and stuff like that, because I did, like, a front page. I actually have a little short going over, like, decorating the front of the sketchbook, that I think I show the front page on. But I'll also flash that up here as well. For day 2, it was a horror, prompt list, and it was multiple pupils, but I did multiple irises, cause I wanted to do that instead, and, no one ever said I had to follow the prompt fully. And I really like drawing realistic eyes, and I'm fairly certain I mentioned that in the video where I do draw a realistic eye. It's just like something I do in my spare time, and I just felt like doing it that day. Day 3 was Mary Sue, and it was for a cringe prompt list, so I pulled out my color change textures and I went crazy. And I honestly really like her, and of course she's part dragon and part wolf and part angel and part dragon and part demon. Well, she's not really part demon, but she was raised by demons, and she's learnt how to like shapeshift and stuff like that, and she was bullied because of her tail and stuff like that. That was really fun. Day 4 was Star Jars. This one honestly took me a really, really long time to draw for no apparent reason at all, but it's exactly what it says on the tin. It's jars full of stars. Star jars. Yeah. And I really like the sort of like almost glowy look that I put on it, and that's really cool and really neat and really nice. Then for day 5, I did one of those Pause OC challenges, and I'm pretty sure it's on Pinterest, and for what I am aware, I'm fairly certain it is stolen, because all of the stuff on Pinterest are either stolen or reposted or AI and stuff, but that's fine. You know, Pinterest is literally just a mood board maker at the end of the day. But I will provide a link to the Pinterest one. I made this like little punk demon named Willis. And then day 6, it was Space Cactus. I'm not really proud of this one. I tried doing watercolors for the cactus and then did the background in acrylic, but I forgot how watercolors worked, so it came out pretty muddy. And I tried to fix it by like drawing little stars in white pen, but it didn't really work out that well. But it is what it is. And here is the final drawing for day 7, sharing a drink. I really like how it came out. I really like almost everything about it. There are some things I don't like, but part of what makes it art. Okay, bye.